Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll take it from here.
Like right now?
Yeah, because like the shit, I don't know what the hell happened. It just dropped. Like I was, it just completely went silent on my end. I don't know if it was my
It
Wi-Fi.
did the same for me. It just everything just went silent because you was
That's
talking
it's
and all of a
weird.
sudden you hit one of those.
It's like it's funny because like all this shit is like I still have to figure it completely out because it would definitely be a whole lot easier just to sit in the same room and
Uh-huh.
record this shit just straight from the thing because then I don't have to worry about that. I can just have a setup and then we can just go from there, no interruptions. But while I'm doing this, I have to worry about is my Wi-Fi connected? Do I have to drop my Wi-Fi so I can hop back into the conversation? Because sometimes that's what I did. I turned off the Wi-Fi so I could be able to jump back into the conversation faster. Didn't want to wait on that shit.
Okay. Mm, like okay, so like is it is it like a lot of things on the Wi-Fi right now?
Um,
Like the
Not
bandwidth and all
necessarily.
that.
It's you said what?
I said like the bandwidth.
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I know for a fact, like at home, I'll have that problem because there's so much shit connected. Like I think there's like a tablet, a smart tablet I don't even use that's connected to the Wi-Fi. There's a whole nother phone that I don't use that's connected to the Wi-Fi. There's the smart TV. There's the computer. There's there's just a bunch of shit that don't need to be on the Wi-Fi that's on the Wi-Fi, and that shit adds up. It's always smart to turn all that shit off when you're not using it.
Or- uh, well, again, hey, I'm down to be a guinea pig for the moment. So whatever you was planning to do, I'm down for it right now.
Oh yeah, bro, this shit's live. This shit's right now. This is us
Oh,
and the homie modem. Like all this shit right now is technically the cast because I ain't dropping shit because I'm trying to keep that editing to a minimum.
okay. Well, first of all, let me say, please ignore the name. Um, if they can, if you can see it, hopefully you can just hear my voice and not see my
No,
name.
there's no visual. Not now at least because I don't plan on having actual visuals until I don't know. Just that's just some extra shit. Like nobody needs to see my fucking face right now. Like there's no point. There's no point. Because then you need a good quality camera. Because then you got to hold up your phone so you can see that you're talking and shit while you're on there. Nah, that's extra shit. I want to stick to the bare minimum of I'm just recording this shit and I'm put some captions up when we put that bitch on the YouTube.
I'm gonna say because I know for right now, since I got to push the talk, I might as well be trying to hold the camera up to my face and you can see me.
All due with time. I really want like just a space where I can just go to record, and I think that'll be real cool. I gotta work on that. If I can get a bag to come in that's big enough to where I can do that, that'll be real smooth.
I'm just
Then I
gonna
can put it in Oak Cliff
get
so
you
I can go
push the
meet
talk.
everybody.
You know.
Wait,
That
what's up?
also. No, I was like, I just got to figure out. I need to figure out how to get this push to talk thing off because the longer I hold it, the more tedious I think about. My thumb shoulder is just upset with me at this moment.
No, man, think of it as a workout. Like while you're doing this, you're getting your David Goggins on. You're showing the world how strong your Twitter fingers are.
So I'm just so basically, I'm flexing my thumb, but when you flex any part of your body for an extended period of time, you start to strain it, and when you strain, that's not good. But hey, I'm here, okay.
It's mind over matter.
Hey, at this point, ha, mom, oh, and the T is modem. You see, okay, see, and the name will eventually make sense as I guess this whatever we want this adventure continues, the name will make sense.
All right then. Actually, I was gonna come back to that so I can get you to tell me what the hell modem is because I would much prefer to be able to just call you your name because that's an easy one syllable ass thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody I meet, I try to reduce their name to either one or two syllables.
No, that's uh just from the people that I know that you know, yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, shit. I've. I mean, I can't. If you're thinking about some of the girls that I've dated,
Dated, or whatever word you want to use for that. Yes.
right? And then just the names are those are long syllables, man. I'm not gonna even call them out, but I know it's just like
I
damn, that's five syllables. Your name should not have five syllables in it. Like I think the most common name that has like a bunch of syllables in it is probably like Jonathan or Christopher, and and those are the regular names. Like your name should not go past three syllables. I can't think of a common name that would have a decent amount of syllables. Like I don't know, Dominique. No, that's still three. That's still three.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's three. Uh, the fact that I'm really thinking about common names, yeah.
No, don't no worries. I'm about to Jamie myself and see if I can find a name. Hold up.
Jamie.
I'll tell you what that means in a second because I'm trying to coin this new term. I think it's really clever because one of the big things that I want to do when it comes to just on this thing or when I'm talking to people, I think it's really important that if you're not on this whole and you're a conspiracy theorist, I think it's important that you fact check yourself because I don't know, I feel like that's what we need. We need people to sit down and have conversations and they're not afraid to actually go find the research and facts and shit and actually talk about what they're talking about, know what they're talking about. And basically, Jamie, what that'll be, because on Joe Rogan's show, he has a guy on there that's always sitting there doing research, and his name is Jamie. And I was like, well, me and the homies, we if we're something we're spewing bullshit about, we want to go pull up the information and check it out, and just get to the facts of it. And so I'm like, all right, let's do some fact checking. And if you're gonna have some fact checking, what you'll do is you'll call it Jamie. They'll say, "Hey, bro, Jamie," because J's. It's like check, and so now you kind of like saying Jamie, and it's like a pun basically. It's a play on words and shit. But I could be just pushing it. I'm really stretching it, but I
No,
think
no,
it's
no,
cool.
no, no. That just that makes sense. Only for me and my group of friends, the sports fanatics or whatever. Take your example for the whole Jamie thing. If you're just talking, basically just talking out your ass, and you really don't know what you're talking about, skip. You just bet I don't know if you've seen just or okay, so if you know who Shannon Sharp is, he has a show on Fox Fox Sports, or I think it's yeah, Fox Sports or FS1 or whatever.
Yeah, I know
And
him.
yeah, yeah, and he always says skip, skip, skip. So anytime someone is talking about sports and they're just spewing, like they get emotional and they just start talking, just skip, 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 skip. And, it is so yeah. What you're saying makes total sense, and I'm just using my example for it to let you know that it makes sense.
It's funny because I didn't know his name like straight off, but I had to look him up.
See?
I had to Jamie.
See?
This is whack.
That's
I had to
how
figure out a way to like how do you say it for yourself? It's like Jamie. It's weird. All I know is it's weird, but it makes sense, and I'm gonna see if I can coin it because at the same time, like I don't know if you were around when I created my first racial slur, but
I'm gonna
I
take
got
notes because I don't even remember it.
yeah, bro. There's a slur that I made. It was called like if someone's being ignorant or just being stupid, what you would do is you would call them a chachi, and I'd be like, "You fucking chachi," and it just sounds real good. Like it rolls off the tongue so nicely.
Hachi?
You fucking chachi.
Okay, that is weird. Like
It
I
is
wouldn't know
weird,
how to
but
say
like,
it.
but doesn't it roll off the tongue though? Like, can't you just see your? And it feels like you would call somebody that someone just gets over in your lane and not supposed to be. and you just like fucking Chachi.
I still wouldn't know what the like. How would I react just to someone just, man, you're such a fucking chachi. Thank you. No, I should I should be offended. Yes, maybe. Just walk away. Just walk away. And just look and just like how you just you walk away with somebody and someone mutters something like you walk away from an argument. You want an argument, but then the other person just mutters something, so you gotta turn around and look at them like I should choke you, but I'm not. Maybe so. Am I looking at you like that because I'm a chachi or uh? See, there's just a lot of questions. There's a lot of what can I say? Stuff needs to be answered, and
It needs
I'm
to
just
be addressed.
confused.
It's too vague. You don't know what the hell it is. It would be nice if it was actually tied to something. If there was some like emotional distress behind the word, that if you actually call somebody that, they would flip their shit and beat your ass inside of a Chick-fil-A or something.
See, but if I'm a chachi, would Chick-fil-A let me inside?
Bro, there's a Chick-fil-A in Oak Cliff.
But I know, but if I'm a chachi, can I be, can I go inside if I'm a chachi?
I mean, we not in we not in the 50s anymore, so you can still technically go inside. It just it's just you know yeah, I'm just saying, like, if Chachi is the embodiment of fusing all all slurs into one thing, then it should basically mean that anybody can be called that at any given time. And I don't want it to be like out of hate. I just want it to be one of those things where it's like you just being stupid. So I'm gonna call you a Chachi because I think it's about time we moved out of the hate category. But
Okay, because I really was about to say, oh, so if it's like a racial slur or just a slur in general, I guess I was like, okay, so that means the whole, can I say the F word?
oh yeah, I mean, say what the hell you want.
I bet. So just saying like fag or whatever,
Oh,
and
that's the F word. Okay.
well, I always say that because I guess everybody's just so that's a touchy feely. It's just that's a light subject to them now, and I'm like, well, I don't
it's
get it because we used to call each other fags like literally 10 years ago.
Yeah, your cousin would punch you in the chest and say, "Stop being a fucking fag." And
Uh huh.
there's that. It's like that and the word retarded. Like you can't call people retarded anymore. Like it's
And I
that kind of shit's
still
stupid.
do.
Well,
Like,
yes, you do, but people get in trouble. Like people lose their jobs over that shit. So it's one of those things that, like, I don't know, humans, they get really, I don't know, they get real crazy when it comes to just trying to use words and shit. Like I don't get it. Like even with just cuss words in general, it's used for emphasis. It's used to help someone get a better picture of what you're trying to convey. And especially if you're not applying hate to it, I think it's genuine. If it's just a straight genuine use of emphasis, it should be, I don't know, it should be allowed because these motherfuckers are just too touchy feely nowadays. You can't say nothing.
you really can't. Eh, they'll get over it. It's not like
But
they ruined their day or whatever.
I was gonna take you back to those names, those, like, that list of names with the syllables and shit. Cause I pulled it up, but like all these names are whack though. Cause like I was really hoping there'd be something here that I could just be like, hey man, that's a cool ass name with a bunch of syllables. There is one. There's a Maximilian. That's a
That's
like
just
that's
too much.
it is, but that's a badass name. Like if you walking around, your name is Maximilian, you just like Maximilian. People can call you Max for short and shit.
It's just Maxi pad. See, look at that, and that, and this is gonna continue from
See,
there.
you was one of those people in
Basically,
school that would instigate fights and shit. Yeah.
his little name is Maximilian. Oh, yo, you talking about good old Maxi pad? See, then you branch off of that into the brand names.
Hey, yo,
pad.
Kotex.
See, look, see, and it'll make sense. But I know some people just get confused, like, wait, what is that? I'm like, it's maxi pad. Maxi pad? You know, pads for girls when they're on the periods. His name is
It,
Maxi. See,
it's
and
actually funny that you're bringing that up because that reminds me of like in school when people would score and go back and forward. Like it was a sport. It was a fucking sport, and I didn't figure it out till I got out of school because I didn't realize that it was just you're literally sitting there and you're just putting two stupid shits together. The equation for scoring is just like just saying some outrageous shit and then applying it to like an adjective to this person. Like it's crazy because I remember there was like a roast and I was probably the one getting roasted, but it was like you old flying squirrel looking ass. And it's just like you just say the most outrageous shit and you just keep saying it and building it up and people just sitting there going, oh.
so I get that. I got it. But what I just did not understand is like, so your example was like, oh, you blind squirrel looking ass nigga, and then I would say, okay, that's not funny, but everybody else is laughing, so it's funny, and I'm like, that's not funny. So what I say in retaliation is, oh, you broken keyboard built ass mouth ass boy, and you see how
Exactly.
this won't be funny, and I'll be like, but no, because he's missing teeth, like how keyboards missing buttons. Y'all don't see the correlation, and then but I figured out, basically when you're in a roast session or just making jokes, period. If you ever have to explain yourself, it's not funny. So I gave up on it because I'm like, well, y'all don't get jokes then if that's the case. I'll just start saying some stupid shit, like some dumb shit, like, oh, he's built like a light switch.
It's hilarious because like it's that's the other thought process. Like you probably don't need to put too much thought into it. And honestly, I think the other thing is like know your crowd. If these people you're out there trying to get in a scoring session with already hate you, that means everything you say, if it's not the purest thing of funny, then nobody's gonna fuck with it. Like it's crazy because it's the same thing when you're just if you're doing stand up or something. You gotta you gotta know your crowd in a way because what is it? Because I'll be online and I'll be arguing with people or saying shit that's funny, and I think it's funny, but that shit I forgot somebody was saying to it. It's like it's what was the saying? It was something along the lines of like you gotta remember comedy is it's like was it objectional? Comedy is what the fuck is that? What was the word? Now I gotta look it up. Comedy is there we go. Comedy is subjective. That's what that shit is. And it's funny because for me, I always look at it as like sometimes it is, but maybe sometimes it's not because what if that joke is funny, but you're the only one laughing? Who are they to tell you that that joke isn't funny? Like you're just waiting for the right people that finds that joke funny. I think that's what the fucking Joker movie was all about. Remember to push the talk?
Jesus, thank you. Forgot about that.
God damn it, modem.
But I was saying like, oh, well, that makes sense. Comedy is subjective. Like you said, I can say a joke that, from what makes sense because a joke has to make sense if it's relatable and if it's like just easy to spot out. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, ha, that's a good thought out joke. It's very funny. High five. But nobody else is laughing but you. And it was just really, it's at that moment in time. If nobody is laughing at your joke, everybody's gonna think it's not funny. When
Yeah.
actually it was a very hilarious joke that some few people may realize like, oh shit, actually let's end that right there because he killed you. That's funny. There's nothing you can say unless you try to fight him, even still, because the thing I'm gonna bring up is, oh, you're gonna fight him because he said your teeth look like a keyboard when it's missing buttons. And if y'all don't understand how funny that is, after the whole thing he just said is, oh, you look like a blind squirrel. Like What?
It's
What is
it's
a blind
that's why you gotta
squirrel?
know your crowd. You gotta know your crowd. Cause what's that what's Nick Cannon show? It's Wild
Wild
and
and out.
Out. Yeah, like sometimes that should be funny. It's really because you it's like they put some wit into their joke, and it becomes one of those things where it's actually really funny. And I think that's where it's at, and how fast they're coming up with this shit on the fly. Like, I think that's where you can hold some shit to it. But if you're just sitting there spewing bullshit, looking around a classroom, putting two things together, you old broken pencil nose having that, it's like you're doing that. Like, nah, man, I couldn't fuck with that. It's like I understood it once I got out of school, but it was one of those things where it's just like I don't know. I was just thinking too much on it. Like now, I feel like I can be funny and I can understand the concept, so I could sit there and literally go back. And I would be the guy. I would write kids jokes. So it's like you got a problem trying to tell jokes. Well, I got this whole book of jokes to give you, to where you can be like the most badass person and scoring or whatever. Like, oh, what's hilarious is my dumbass. When I was younger, I don't know if you remember. What's this shit called? They had this thing called either read or it was like read day or some kind of shit at school where everyone would let you they would have a book fair at the school. The Scholastics Book Fair. There we go. It was called the fucking Scholastics Book Fair.
Right.
And and they would do that. I don't know if they still do that in school, but that shit used to be crunk as fuck. My lame ass. But there was this book. I remember there was a joke book in there. It was like 101 funniest jokes or some shit. It was my dumbass. I fucking stole the book from the book fair, and I thought that I would read this book and it would make me funnier. And when I think back on it, like it had stupid jokes in there, like how does a vampire, like I forgot. It's like just to say some stupid shit off the wall. It's like how does a vampire eat their steak, and it'll be like rare or bloody rare, and like it's stupid shit like that. And I was thinking that this would help me in a scoring competition.
Oh, young and naive, saying basically what you didn't realize is you're telling dad jokes in a roasting session.
Yeah, but the problem with that is I couldn't even remember those hoes. So it's funny because I don't want to think back on it because it sounds like really embarrassing. But I wonder, I don't know if I even use one of those jokes from the book in a scoring session. That would be so bad. I think there's a faint memory of me actually seeing like I did that, and then everyone probably would reply with "Shut your bitch ass up."
Yeah, I was about to say I can envision that. Oh,
I, but the funniest part is for me, it's like I like stealing that book. I felt bad about that shit because I remember I felt so bad about stealing that book that I had to like when I got to the house, I like tore it up, put holes in it because I was like I don't want to keep this book. I feel so wrong for stealing this goddamn book, and it was I don't know. Have you ever had a fucking problem? No, I don't know. Like do you like I don't know if people want to share what they fucking stole before. I mean, I can share because I feel like nobody's gonna come on my
actually,
ass.
it's more of like I guess on the sweet side or whatever. Even though I didn't do it, but I was an accomplice of it. Uh,
Uh,
what was it? Around Valentine's Day, and I had to get like bears for the girl I was dating at the time. But there was another girl I wanted, and I just wanted to get another bear for another girl just so she wouldn't feel lonely or whatever. But I had I guess I can say his name. I had Aaron. I had Aaron with me. Um, we literally walked inside of Walgreens, and I had bought like a small bear, and I think Aaron had stole like this little uh like a ring case or whatever, but it had a Valentine's quote and bear in it, and he stole a little bear from himself. He put it in his backpack, and when I bought it, like we walked out just at the same time, just so the senses, like if the senses went off, I can be like, oh no, you just seen me, got the receipt right here.
you know, see, that's why shit in the clip be so high as fuck because motherfuckers be stealing all the time. I want to go ahead and endorse this message. Stealing is wrong. Don't be doing that shit. That's how you get shot. That's how you die.
Listen, I can. Okay, so another endorsement.
Push the top.
No, my phone screen shut off on me, and that was retarded because it should be recognizing my thumb is touching the phone, so it's not supposed to sleep. But anyway, um, just hey, if you can't afford it, don't get it. But if you need it by any means, don't get caught. Just don't
I,
get caught.
it's funny because like I had a real good friend. He was he was a klepto to the point where it was like, actually, I had a bunch of, I wouldn't call them friends. I knew people that were kleptos. And there
Mhm.
was one guy, he was like, I don't steal from my friends, but I steal from the company. Like, he was like the Robin Hood. We went to GameStop, and I was in my very gullible stage. I'm up and just walking around like, damn, this is GameStop. This is where you go to go try out games and play games. We left, and then he was like, yeah, man, I got this whole PSP headphone set for free for what's that, free 99. And he was real big on that. And that shit, I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to experience going to jail as a black man. And it was just one of those things where I wasn't ready for it because like I don't know, I was just like, you don't steal unless you just still like every time like growing up and realizing that stealing made me feel bad. I didn't want to do that shit. Like it was just one of those things I just didn't want to do anymore because it's just like that shit made me feel bad. Because there was another time I remember I was in the store with my grandparents, and like I wanted one of those little push pop suckers, and I was
Like
like, buy
ring
this
pop.
shit for me. And it was like, hell no. And I stole a push pop sucker. And I was in there and got in the truck. It was nighttime. I was like, hey, I successfully made the heist. Started eating on that hoe. And I don't know if it was because I hadn't had dinner. And you know how you always say, don't eat anything sweet because you'll spoil your dinner or some shit. My stomach started hurting real bad. And so that on top of feeling bad for stealing made me go, nah,
Well,
man,
that's what that
stealing ain't for
was.
me. That's what it was, man. Like stealing wasn't for me, and so like with those things, I just crossed it off my list in my book. Stealing is not for me.
See, yeah, listen. I already knew still it was not for me. I didn't want to do it. But if I had people around me to do it, and it's not, it's not going to be anything major. Like I think, I guess you consider this stealing or whatever. Just go inside, like a Walmart or whatever. You go to the
Mhm.
drinks, wherever they are, just go to the drinks and drink it in the store, and then just leave the evidence wherever. Because
I
it's like,
hate assholes like that.
hey, I knew a couple. I never did it. I got close because I was really thirsty, but I ended up having like $1 on me, so I had just bought it. But I had two, I think, yeah, I guess you could say two homies that did it in the store. Just didn't care at the time. Now they grew out of that. They was like, nah, I'll just go ahead and pay for it if I want it, and I got it. So but yeah, young young modem, yeah. Seen a lot of seen a lot of things.
So next question I gotta ask you is, since you brought up that damn name again, that old wretched ass, sound like a goddamn computer ass. Oh, look what I'm doing there. Name again. No. Um, why? Is there an origin for that, or like, or
Yes, it
better
is.
yet, the question would be, what would make you want to hide your identity?
To hide my identity.
Yeah, I mean, because technically, that's either is that what you're doing, or is that like your name that you go by? Like that's like your code name in the streets when you out
Uh,
stealing water
that
and
not
inside of
not
Walgreens.
my. It's not a code name in the streets. But I guess if I was like just to give myself a nickname, it would be Modem. And here's the origin of it. So I don't know if you remember this group called Food Boy Productions.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. It's all coming. It makes sense. if you say that now, I mean, now that you're talking about it, maybe
The
you
very
should
first go
explain
around, you know,
what it
we
is.
ignorant. Oh, explain what
Yeah, I
it
mean,
is.
I don't know who the hell will listen to this shit. If everyone does, who knows? One day somebody might look up Food Boy and be like, "Oh, I heard it from this whack ass show that was recording with whack ass quality," and now they want to look up Food Boy and see what the fuck Food Boy is about.
Well, it
Hey,
is
hey,
still
you got to say all whatever the hell you said again because you went dead because maybe your finger said "fuck" push to talk.
for real. Dang it. Well, I didn't say too much. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Was basically saying like if they was to look it up, they would definitely find it because it's still available. It's still uh on the internet. And things on the internet will never die, but I will never delete it because those are memories that I found either funny or have close to my heart. You know, no sentimental shit or whatever. But basically, Food Boy Productions was a group of me and Aaron that we threw Willie into it. Willie is the third member of it, and it was just us just wanting to do something at the time. At the moment in time, there was a I guess you can call a trend or whatever. Back then it was just called a wave, but now it's called a trend, which is weird. There was a certain trend going on, and we hopped on that trend. We didn't do it for the fact that we can't, just for we wanted to make fun of it, as in like anybody can do it if you have rhythm. And it was called dancing, but not any type of dancing. It was
This
what do you
build
call
up to dancing.
it? I forget like the actual name of it, but just basically dancing. Like if you was to go to a party in the 2000s or whatever, it's always a group of guys that dance a certain way, either by themselves or with a group or with a girl. They always dance the same. So that's what we decided to do. And then in the said group, in the said Food Boy group, we had nicknames. And my first nickname was Man on the Moon, which is Modem,
Sound like you was listening too
because
much Kid Cudi.
yes, because I was a big fanatic of Kid Cudi, and his album had dropped, and it was called Man on the Moon. But before that, I heard a song called Man on the Moon that just really spoke to me, that still speaks to me to this day. So I always refer to myself. I always wanted to refer to myself as Modem.
Okay, I feel you. I fuck with it.
Jesus,
I
my
fuck with that.
phone died. I mean, my screen. Jesus. Ah, where'd I leave off at? What was the last thing I said?
No, you said everything actually kept going. But modem, I get it now. I get it. Like I think that's badass. I like that. I fuck with it. I fuck with it heavily.
Yeah,
Like
see,
it's like now that I know what it is, it's like okay. I fucks with it. I fucks with it. Modem goes hard. Your name
yeah,
is fucking modem now.
Food Boy is just for the
I'll
fact that hey, I couldn't get it, so Food Boy it is. Even though there's three of us, originally, was trying to expand on that, but it died. It died down after that.
I mean, because if you, what I'm noticing is most of the time when this shit dies, it's because people didn't stay consistent. I think that's important with just
Yeah,
doing anything.
yeah.
Like if you're like,
You got it.
yeah.
What did you got to say?
I was about to basically just say like staying consistent is like I don't care if you're doing some bullshit. There's so many people on this planet. There's gonna be an oddball number of people that like it. You could, I mean, fucking Hitler. Hitler. Hitler was probably just the shittiest shit that ever existed. And he had a whole following from countries, just everybody. So, like, with that being said, if you're going to do something, just do it. Be passionate about it. You don't even got to be passionate about it. Just show up every day. And that shit will probably just work itself out.
Yeah, because we definitely, it's like at one point in time, we really had like we really had videos stocked up to be, I guess, released or whatever. But At one point in time, one person was never here, so the other two tried to do it. Then after out of the two people that were still here, one more person, the last person left, and it's just after that, that was pretty much it. I hate that too because I had plans with that. I had some
Just
ideas that was
what have you been working
they
on
it
lately?
would have worked. You say what?
I was saying, have you been? What was I saying? What have you been working on lately? Has it been anything of like dancing
Oh,
or anything to do
like
with the modem name?
movement things? No, like nothing at all. At this point now, it's just a name
It's a
now.
memory.
Yep.
It's a memory of the fucking moon modem. Nah.
It's really all that is, But hey, for anybody who is listening that may recognize my voice, or just like, what the hell are you talking about? It's it's up there. Just put in Fool Boy. Pretty sure you'll find something that's cringe worthy to watch, laugh
I
at.
mean, everybody has cringe shit on the internet. Like I have cringe shit on the internet because I think I
That's
ran into one of your fucking videos with y'all shit.
Yep. Yep, that is still there. I was about to say, yeah, it's still there. I believe it's two of them, but
Yeah,
really it's one of them. One of them for sure. That's the main one because the other one is like you hey, and because of technology back then, you definitely can't hear, definitely couldn't really see, but you can see, and you just fade away.
it was a bunch of energy. That was what it was. It was a bunch of energy. Probably even
Good
wasn't
energy.
that. Probably even wasn't that. I've seen people before, and I'm thinking back, it was probably just me with some hands going, uh, oh, and that's all you got.
Pretty much.
And I was wearing blue jean jacket. No, I was in that blue jean jacket phase. God damn it.
Oh, this wasn't sane yet. This was sanity.
That was D-SANE8's.
It was
God
D-sane.
damn. That was that was whack. Oh my god. I couldn't even believe I let myself do that.
Blue jean face, blue jean jacket. That was the trademark.
Bro, I thought I was like it was funny because in my head I was like Black Alvin Harris. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna wear blue jean jackets, tank tops, shades, and I'm gonna let my hair just be curly as fuck. And that shit was whack as fuck. But
See, but
at least
it would work now because you could just say, "Oh, you're cosplaying for uh this anime. You're a superhero, but you're black, and you call yourself Best Genius because in the show, My Hero
oh
Academia,
god. Oh god, I hate that character. I would not fall to being that guy.
that's the only way it will pass for you for the whole jean jacket.
How do you feel about that show?
I'm currently on season 4. I just seen the fight between Deku and Overhaul and lost my mind. So I'm liking it. Like I didn't give it a chance before, thinking that it was just just like all that. But it's actually, it's 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 what you would think a superhero show would be like. Like
Mhm.
they don't run away from it, but it's the fact that I find the comedy in it very funny, and the fact
Well,
that
it's
they kind of break the fourth wall every now and then, which brings it to reality. Like,
mhm.
oh, I'm doing a monologue with myself, but not realize I'm speaking out loud and very clearly to where other people can hear me. Like that, right?
Mhm.
That just in particular is just very funny to me.
I like that kind of shit when it comes to a lot of those animes. That and Adventure Time, fucking Gumball. Gumball is the king, if you ask me, because they
Yes.
acknowledge their porn in that show. So that's That's the king. They acknowledge their fucking porn
I
within that
haven't
show.
I haven't seen that yet. That may be on the last season, and I'm currently on the last season of that too. It's just I stopped watching Gumball to watch Naruto, which segued into My Hero.
Well, because I want to, because on My Hero Academia, I'm actually not up to overhaul on season 4. I stopped at season 3 because I was waiting for them to basically bring the dub version to Hulu, and
Mhm.
and like so far for me, I like My Hero Academia. Personally, I their action is kind of whatever. Like I just now I want to see this overhaul fight because so far up to just the end of season 3, the action in My Hero Academia has kind of been like to
Yeah,
me
no,
because
okay.
like
Listen, I'm glad you said that because I felt the same way, but I didn't want to say it and feel like I was by myself. But now that you said it, because somebody asked me like how you like it, and I want to tell them like I guess compared to season four kicks off immediately. There's stuff going on. You know, it may die down, but it's for like a bigger cause or whatever. But
mhm.
season four compared to one, two, and three, season one through three is just okay. I'm gonna get some action very later on in like in the series in the season episodes versus season four. As soon as the first episode comes, there's action right there, and I really
Now
appreciate
now
that.
I'm excited to watch that shit.
Yeah,
I was like I'm okay with pushing this shit off until that shit finish.
yeah. But and then I even get the whole dub thing because the one of the people who was pushing me to watch it says that he enjoys dub over sub, and I'm
Hmm.
like, well, like I can do either, but since I didn't know, but I had a wild guess as like, oh, maybe once I get to one season in My Hero, it's not gonna be any dub, it's gonna be sub. So let me just go ahead and train myself to watch the sub. So if I was to get to this point in the season, there's no dub, I can look at the sub and just keep everything rolling.
Well, it's funny because for me, oh, not funny. I hate when I do that. Like I'm really wanting to say it's interesting, but I hate when I say it's funny instead. It shit always annoys me. It's like one of my biggest peeves. Um, but for me, what's interesting is like I prefer the sub, and it depends. It's really on how the people are talking, like the emphasis, the way they're pronouncing things, because sometimes you'll get better emotion when you're listening to the sub, and like Naruto, bruh. I love the way Naruto sounds in the sub version compared to the regular. Like the regular one's cool too, but you can hear that grit when he's talking in Naruto. It's just like it's there. It's nice. It is nice.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Another one is Ichigo in Bleach. I prefer listening to him talk in the on the sub. And like the dub is pretty good too. Like I love the girls better in the dub. Like I hate Orihime on Bleach in the sub because they make her a whiny ass little bitch, and that's like so annoying. I don't like that shit. I don't like that at all. Same with Goku bitch ass. I cannot watch Dragon Ball Z sub because Goku sounds like a whiny ass bitch. Oh, not sub, not sub. I'm talking about. I meant dub. The point, what?
oh, dub.
Yeah, the dub for Dragon Ball Z, Goku sounds like he's going all the time, and it's just so much cooler to hear him Kakarot, whatever the hell he sounds like. He sounds really cool when he's on the regular. They should just let that nigga do the voice in the dub and the sub. He needs to go learn Japanese and go and make that shit pop.
Oh, I like. Well, I guess we'll see. Well, Bleach. I really have to go back and watch Bleach because just the only thing that I truly remember is just Aizen popping up. I don't know why that stuck with me, but Aizen just popped up. You know, when I guess he revealed his true intentions. When all the uh, uh,
When it
uh,
was, I know what you're talking about. When they were in the Soul Society, and and that nigga died. And then, I mean, spoiler alert, if you ain't watched the damn show, I'm sorry, that ass is just stupid. No, well, you're probably young. Point being, um, no, like that reveal was actually pretty sexy. Like if you were watching that as a kid, because I honestly I hadn't watched the intro of Bleach, like the beginning little segment, until this year. Because when I started when like the gang and them were all going to Waco Mundo, and basically when Ichigo was learning that he had the visor thing where he could basically turn part hollow. And when you look at the show is kind of whatever, but it's like if you were watching it back when we were in school, like in 2008, like that was epic. Like it was pretty damn good because I remember growing up, it's like you had two choices. You either watch Bleach or you watch Naruto. And unfortunately, I picked Bleach. I really wish I would have picked Naruto, but I'm glad I didn't because I hated that y'all had to wait so long to watch that shit. Because
Yep.
I watched all of Naruto for the first time like last year, and oh man, Naruto is hands down.
Shippuden too?
You said what?
You talking about Naruto Shippuden too?
Yeah, bro, I finished that whole damn series.
See, and it's the fact, yes, and it's like for me, it's the opposite. Like I chose Naruto. At the same time, like I want to watch Bleach, and then as soon as whenever One Piece finishes, I gotta find some time
Nah,
because that's
nah,
I gotta find some time to watch that because
that's too
it's
much.
it is, but it's just the one scene that I keep seeing a clip of. Zoro had like took in Luffy's pain or whatever while he was already on the brink of death. And I want to know if he died or not because they say he did. I don't believe it. I don't know because he was talking to I forget the guy in the suit, but he's like I guess he's like the womanizer of the group.
I know you're talking about the guy in the brown with the curly hair. I forgot his name. He always looks whack, but as the show progresses, I think he gets better.
Yeah, he's actually nice. Man, I forget, but it's just seeing that and that caught my attention. That so I want to understand because I want to understand everything. I decided I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch One Piece from the very beginning. But fuck, this is a lot of episodes.
Yeah, bro. I've already decided that One Piece might be good, but I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know. It's for me like One Piece is cool, but it has this paint of goofiness to it that I'm just not fucking with. And of course, every episode might not be like that. Just like Naruto, when Naruto starts off, there's a little bit more lightheartedness and goofiness that's going on than it is before that shit actually kicks off. But the cool, smooth part about Naruto is you hang in there like if you hang in there for like a good 10 episodes, shit hits the ground and it hits the ground running. And like you just it goes hard. Like oh my god, I can sit there and proclaim Naruto all goddamn day.
See,
It
and
is
then
the
you
epitome.
feel like that, and to me, it's like it didn't take like 10 episodes. Well, if you're talking about Shippuden, yeah, like 10 episodes and it takes off. But like the first Naruto, I understand like he did the whole like 100 shadow clones to fight the guy with the Ruka Sensei, uh, and the guy who's still in the scroll or whatever. Like even
Yeah.
to me, I'm like, that's okay. That's not really nah. But when the it's really to me when they was getting ready to fight Zabuza, that's when to me I'm like, okay, you have my attention. I'll sit down.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That was definitely when the show took off. There was that and like yeah, that whole haku, all of that was like the show basically saying, yo, this is not for little kids. These people here, they will die. It is dire. Because at those moments, you didn't know if like Sasuke is about to get killed or not. It was just one of those things where you didn't know when you're just watching it, you're just like, you don't know. But obviously, if you've seen like so much, like spoiler alert, because I have a friend, well you know him, but he doesn't want to know about the other show that follows up. Like he doesn't want to know that because he doesn't want to realize that Naruto has been finished and completed. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to know that shit. Push the talk.
Sorry, like at all.
Yeah, like yeah, he doesn't want to know because it's one of those things. He wanted to come back to watch the show. Like he said, I don't want to watch the show unless something bad happens. And like he was like, if something along the lines like he loses a life or something, that's when he'll reunite and watch Naruto over because he feels like Naruto will bring him out of any dark place. And I mean, in some kind of form or fashion, bro, it does do that. There's something really special about how they design that character. Even though it's not real, it's just the feeling of Naruto is like that whole energy that he gives you, that whole never give up thing. You feel it. Like there's so many. I didn't know this shit was gonna happen to me because it's never happened to me in any other anime. Maybe Full Metal, but like there was a couple of scenes, bro. I had to like, that tear came, bro. That tear came.
Oh,
That tear.
yeah, yeah. And really to me in Shippuden alone, there's a lot of scenes that just man, okay, you're pulling some strings right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That
Because
that
really,
show.
you speaking about Naruto like that, that's kind of I get that vibe from My Hero with Deku, like just comparing him to Naruto, the whole like never give up and just keep striving and keep fighting until it's a breakthrough.
I feel that the problem for me with My Hero Academia or whatever the short version of saying that shit is my um they it's the backup the lack of the action for me. If we could get the so-called action that you have from season 4 a little bit earlier, like where there's more of a dire situation, because it feels like they're just dragging shit out. Everything feels like it's drug out in that show. Like, and then when you do get some action, it's like a 2 second thing. They'll finish a boss off in the
Yeah,
same episode, and it's just kind of like I'm used to like a whole episode of a fight or like this shit's going on. Like in I want to feel like the fight is getting drug out before I feel like the whole show is being drug out. But
right.
it's just one of those things. It's like I enjoy it, but if I had to choose, Naruto does it correctly. The only problem with Naruto is the goddamn filler. And I hate when shows try to make their filler important because that's what Naruto does too. They try to throw in like two things on each episode that make it seem like it's important to the whole overall plot.
Now, honestly, out of all the filler in just in Shippuden, the only filler, well, you said you finished it, so just spoiler. I don't know if you have. Only filler
Yeah,
that
I've been
that played part into the main plot of the story was when they focused
Susanoo.
on Six Tails.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that to me that was the only filler that made sense because it's like okay, out of all the tail beasts, like you two got killed, you know where one is, but he got taken away. You seen three, you don't know where four is, you haven't seen five, so we'll give you six. Seven, don't really care about. Eight is still here, and the main character has nine. So it's like we'll just give
I
you
thought it
six
was
that made
cool.
sense. Is even though
It,
like some of it is like, okay, like didn't really have to know that. But I guess if you're just trying to make this character seem this way, cool. But eh, I just like how they ventured off from it, like the main plot to go to the filler, and then
yeah,
literally right after that, it everything connected.
I love that too because I hate Bleach's filler. Bruh, there's a part in Bleach where they're getting ready to go fight in this big ass battle, and right before like the guy's getting ready to approach the next person, the next captain, they divvy off in the middle of that fight and say, "But while that story was going on, this story was going on in the Soul Society." And it's just like, wait, hold on. We were watching something that was more important than this shit. Don't divvy off. Like it sucks because one of the things that I do get, fillers about to kick in if your main character is learning something new and it's like he's basically if the main character just learned a new move and they trying to make it seem like it didn't just learn it overnight, they introduce some filler into that shit so that way it can feel Yeah, it's I hate that because they did that in Naruto and they did that shit in Bleach too. I don't know. I want them to figure out a better way to make every show potent, like fucking Full Metal Alchemist. God, was Full Metal Alchemist stacked. It was just
Okay,
every
so
episode was.
I haven't watched that, and before I never wanted to. I think until I recently found out, is I have to like look into it, see how real it is. Square Enix has some type of affiliation with Full Metal Alchemist. I think Brotherhood, I think, is the one. I don't know if that's the like a studio within Square Enix has some type of part with it. I don't know, but I seen someone talk about Square Enix, and I seen Full Metal Alchemist picture was there, and I'm like, wait a minute, where'd this
Well, I'm
come
looking
from?
it up for you. What's that? Jamie. I gotta figure out how to say Jamie when I'm not the person fact checking or need to be fact checked. But let's see. The Square Enix own Full Metal announced today that Full Metal Alchemist 2: Curse of the Crimson Elixir is on sale nationwide. Um, what's this? I'm thinking that it's just saying that they own. Possibly, it looks like they just own that video game, Curse of the Crimson Elixir.
Okay.
And since we didn't hear about that game must have flopped because honestly, 2005 and Full Metal, I don't know. I don't know if that game was good, bro. We haven't really been getting good anime games. There some of them are cool, like the basically the Smash Brothers equivalent with anime. What's that game called where they put all
Jump Force.
the you said what?
Jump Force.
Yeah, no, Jump Force, no. It's not that. It's not that. Jump Force was. I didn't play it because it looked bad. They, I didn't play that game because it looked bad. That's what I'm going to say. That shit looked trash. I hated the way that
Uh,
shit looked.
it's well, then J Star. Really, Jump Force and J Stars are the only games that I know of that
Yeah,
have all the
it's
anime
J Stars.
characters.
It's
J
J
Stars.
Stars. It's either the DS version because there's hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find it. J Stars on. God damn it, what is that shit? It's like Shonen Jump J Stars or some shit like that. The DS. Because I remember playing it, and I remember playing with Ichigo versus yeah, there we go, Jump Ultimate Stars. That shit was fun as fuck, and that was like the best game I played. That basically kind of captures that. That's what we need. That's the game we need. We need J Stars for I don't know. That's what we need. Not that old. What was the Shonen Jump? What was the game you just called it? The one that came out and they
Jump
had
Force.
My Hero Academia on it.
Oh, the one. I don't remember
Jump
the
Force.
name.
Jump Force. There we go.
What was it? Jump Force. Okay.
Yeah, because it
Uh,
looks like they went to Unreal Engine, made the character models, and then just they left everything so gray and pale. Like it didn't have any identity. They took everybody and just splashed them all with this just gray concrete thing. And they could have did so much more. It would have been cool if you had I don't know, like maybe you had style changes where shit didn't look exactly like fucking concrete. I don't like when games just decide to go straight up leaving it looking like fucking just fucking concrete. Just the grayscale. There's the games that have style. It's like, what's up?
so say, see, it's like with me, like never played Jump Force. I love the idea of it until I seen, I guess, the story mode for it, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm lost. Like I don't get what's going on here now. Think
I
J Stars. I didn't play that. I think I played it one or two times. Now I think about it, with Aaron, and that was like two matches, and I'm like, oh well, I can see like the different art styles for different characters. You clearly see that,
yeah.
but to me, I'm like, I don't know. I guess if I would have played it, maybe I would have felt different.
Yeah, that's kind of pretty much how I felt about it too. It's it's not Smash Brothers, but it's
Not
and
even
it's
close.
not what's that? Dissidia wasn't even. Oh, and it's not All Stars, even though All Stars was also trash. I mean, All Stars was good, but if you remember that user face, it was so empty. Like they could have did so much more to make
Oh,
people
so
want to
much
enjoy that shit.
more. I still, matter of fact, this is so total sidetrack. I gotta play Deezy in that because he said he was good with such and such characters, and I was upset that I never got to play him. And the time I actually wanted to play him, next gen consoles came out and the game died. Literally, it
I'm
just
I'm
died.
gonna I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, bro. You don't want that problem.
See, and I heard that. And I'm like Naruto and
Nah,
Goku
bro.
and Deku, man, I want it.
Yeah, I'm there to watch you. I've went toe to toe with these. No, no, correction. Because if I say that, then he'll probably come out of nowhere and say you did not go to toe. Because the way the fights used to go down, I would be in the middle of it, and then he would say something along the lines, toe to toe, bro. And no, I was just getting my ass handed because I was real big on like just storming in, and I didn't understand at that time that the play style that he was going for was I'm gonna just sit here and wait till you attack so I can counter your ass and fuck you up. And like I had to learn that. You have to know when to switch that shit up. Cause I was playing another game, basically just playing a professional fighter game that I would consider Dragon Ball Z Fighter is I don't know, sometimes you can kind of look at that as like that's one of those games that's up there, I feel in my book. Like with Street Fighter. I want to put that bitch next to a Street Fighter. Cause like I was online and then I was just fighting niggas regularly. I had my squad and I was just storming in because I was just going to the battle and just like let's give them hell. And you just storm in and you just continue to give them hell straight from the jump. They ain't gonna ever be able to sit down. But then you meet those people who stay away from you in the beginning and they don't move. They just sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna wait for your ass. Then I'm gonna see you punch. I'm gonna dodge that shit, and next thing you know, I'm just gonna open that ass up with a commode that you can't handle.
All right, so see, with Dragon Ball Fighter to me, and it's just a personal thing. I have nothing against the game. The whole 2D scrollers, Street Fighter, Marvel's versus Capcom, combat system, I just
Hmm.
do not like. I just do not like it. But the Dragon Ball Fighters, I love the game. I just don't like. I just don't like how it fights. That's just me personally. That's the only thing I have against the game for me. Everything else is a plus though.
Because it looks sexy. That's why.
Yes.
See, that look is a big boost, bro. Like I feel like that and the user face. That's what Smash Brother had over on All Stars. All Stars is just fucking empty. You load it up, and all you get is these big ass gradients and just lightning in the background. That is trash, man. A 2-year-old can make a better user face than that.
It's yeah. I just hate. All Stars had all of the potential,
Yeah,
and they let it go because
bro.
it
Crash
just
Bandicoot and Spyro should have been in the
yeah.
goddamn game.
Crash and Spyro could have been in there. I mean, for God's sakes, y'all had Parappa the Rapper in there. Like you can put Crash and Spyro in there. You can put you can put Cloud in there because I guess you can consider the Final Fantasy characters a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, they lost that bid because Cloud's on Smash Brothers.
Clearly.
But
uh
hey, it's no coming back for them now. Like it's a wrap. It's that whole thing about being consistent. Then if they really want to work on it, they could have came back and re-released it and fucking made a fucking gem with it. But they didn't do that. They said, all right, well I guess it's a flop, and they just stayed with that. Like all this time where they were re-releasing Crash and Spyro, that would have been a good money grab. Everybody's about marketing nowadays. They could have released another All Stars and then put all the people like what's that chick? They had that Zero Horizons done. They could have put her in there and made her the new it was a chick on there with red hair. Forgot what her name was. It's not Narnia. It's some shit. But point
oh,
being,
with the Heavenly Sword
yeah,
chick.
you could have used the chick. You could have replaced her with the new girl from Horizon Zero Dawn, and they could have made that shit work. They could have had an All Stars that was actually dope and gave it some more energy. Like they needed more. Like all they had was fighting and like basically what was the thing? You could just go practice. I like when games give you the game you can play, like the actual fighting, but they also give you like a good part 2 or something to break up the monotony. My favorite example is Soul Calibur 3 because you had the game, the fighting
Yeah.
game, of course. You said what?
I was saying yes. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh wait, are you familiar with Soul Calibur 3?
Yes. So for me, my favorite Soul Calibers is 2 and 3. Like 4,
Yeah,
5, and now 6. They all play the same to me.
because they whacked. They forgot about the whole part 2. You need part 2. Everybody started focusing in on how can we get this money and make these people play online? Like you don't need a game to always play online. I think it's no, that's just trash, man. Your game that's their focus. They're trying to figure out how to get you to play online so they can get more money out, keep the servers going, and then probably figure out a way to make you pay more money and give you some stupid loot boxes or some kind of system that'll basically drain your pocket more. And they're forgetting just to make really good games. Ugh, it's nasty.
Yeah, because they this it's really the fact how from 2 to 3 it was a continuation to where it's like, oh, okay, so you beat the game with every character in 2. But what you don't know is there's more to it if you play 3. And it
Mm.
made sense. For some characters it made sense. Other characters is like, I don't get where they came from, but okay.
You
It's just
right. You just
three,
reminded
three
me
was so
about
lovely.
what'd you say?
I was saying three was just so lovely to me.
It was because on top of all the shit it had, it also had to. It had like a significant mode that you could unlock and like a secret boss and everything. The freaking forgot what they call it, but Nightmare has this other form, and you have to do a bunch of shit to get him to do it to get him to unlock it. And it's like I forgot what it was called. It's like Nightmare Soul Curse or something. It's like you got regular Nightmare, then he had this other form that was like hard as fuck to beat, and you had to basically get like all complete stars to unlock them or some shit. I don't remember what it was. Point being, Soul Calibur 3 was perfect. It had all the stuff you could do to edit your character. It had the whole my favorite part is the part where it's like Fire Emblem, where you basically take your squad, make a character, and you go through these different cities.
Yeah, that was my favorite one too. I'm
Yup.
listening. I'm listening. I hear you, but that was my favorite part too.
That's my favorite part. That's the example of good game mechanics, or not game mechanics, just good good fucking game content. Like you got the regular game. If you want to break up the monotony, you can go do that, and it's still the same basis of the other game. You just now using tactics. I really want a game that does that. It'll be real smooth to be able to do that, and you made it online. Maybe you made that online, and maybe you made it where people could sit down and make different um, fields and stuff that you could trek through, like a different I don't know, terrain, like a map that they could progress through with their squad, and then you could go through. Actually, this sounds like a brilliant idea. You could just take that whole game sequence, that game from Soul Calibur 3, that game mode, make a game off that, make it where people can be online, and then just fucking you could wreck shop with that. Think if it was on mobile too. If you could just sit there, meet up with people online, and do that, just gorgeous.
It would, excuse me. It would, bro, it would work. But how I'm thinking about it, you, uh, like, okay, so you say how you have people meeting in the lobby, so somebody has to be
Hmm.
the leader to where, they're the person you either have to kill to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Or really that can control like what you are, because you got cavalry, knight, just a regular soldier, and I forget the fourth one. Uh,
Ninja.
ninja. Okay, and it's like, uh, yeah, that has so much potential, and I really thought 4 was gonna be just like 3, and it wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed. That's why I just stayed away from it ever since.
Yeah, bro. They started being real trash after that because then it turned into let's just focus more on what character we can slide in as the bonus character, and then they just started giving us trash. Like I remember, it was it was one of them. I forgot whatever one whichever game came out that had fucking Yoda on the Xbox and had the and was it Yoda and the Apprentice? It was something along those lines. You had Yoda on the Xbox and you
Yeah,
had either the Apprentice on
it was,
PS. That's it.
yeah, it was Soul Calibur 4. Yeah, Yoda was on Xbox. It was if I'm not mistaken, The Apprentice on PlayStation and um who was on Nintendo because they were still doing Nintendo games. Like Switch wasn't out yet. I think it was on Wii U. I can't remember the character on Nintendo, but yeah, Yoda had Xbox and the Apprentice had Darth Vader was there. Darth Vader was there. Apprentice and Darth Vader.
Mm.
I think Darth Vader was probably on both of them, but Xbox had Yoda and PlayStation had the Apprentice because of Star Wars had just released that game that was focused around the Apprentice. I
Yep.
forget the name of it.
Force
Yeah,
Unleashed.
mm-hmm. That had just released around that time. Soul Calibur 4 was released. I don't know if it was before, during, or after, but I know it was around the same time.
And that's what it became. They started thinking about the money more, and they forgot the game content. Like if they would have kept if they would have, I don't know. I feel like that whole tactics mode or Tales of the Soul. I think that's what it's called, Tales of the Soul or some shit.
Yeah,
And
Tales of the sword, because
yeah,
you had to fight for Soul Edge, because I guess your king, was it your king, prince, or whoever he was, had got a hold of it, and he ended up
mm,
like turning evil, and your general was aware of it and tried to like tell you about it, but nobody listened except for a few people, and you had to find your former general, and then you killed him. Oh no, you didn't kill him. You fought him, and the king or prince, wherever he was, killed him, and that's what made you rebel against your kingdom. And
mm.
you end up killing the king or whatever kind of title he had, whatever that
See,
was.
listen to that. Even that alone, there's more incentive to play that shit than the shit that they basically came out with. Cause I don't know, bro. I don't. They just fucking up like that. That was that. Look at that. I didn't even know that, but if I knew that, I would want to play that shit. That just sounds like some
Mhm.
cool ass shit to play. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's time to just say fuck it, go learn how to code and make that shit pop so I can make that money that they missing out on.
Yeah, sounds like a good old plan, good old deal. They
Actually,
didn't.
it's
You
hilarious.
got to fight for the license, and I guess if you try to use the name or whatever, but the idea is what you want.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't. I can easily make up some shit out my ass. I mean, come on, I made up Oakcliff Beach, but it's 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 definitely something that I would love to see myself do because I did start trying to learn coding, but that shit's very overwhelming, especially with all the other shit that I'm trying to do. That's one of those things I'm just gonna take it little by little because I was working on just trying to keep a character from falling through the floor, and I couldn't get that right almost for a second because I was just learning this new system. Because the program that I use is called Godot or it's called Go. It's either called Godot or it's called Godot. Um, but it's open source and it's free. So you basically can pull that hell up, start learning, and you could potentially make your own game. Just do some learning for about maybe 2 or 3 months and see if you can see what it'll get you, and you can just start making some shit. Because I don't know, that's one of those things I've always wanted to do. Because I remember just even back in school, it was always you were playing Grand Theft Auto, and then you would sit down and go like, damn. I want to make Grand Theft Auto Dallas or whatever the fucking city you was in. And I don't know, game design was like one of those dreams as a little kid that you just wanted to do, but then you found out how much work was put into it. And now the real question is, do you want to put in that work? But
The answer, nobody really knows.
yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. But sir, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because it's getting late. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. And I can still talk, but I'm gonna like start. Hold on, let me give me 1 second.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna take out the Craig motherfucker. Flipboard. Leave,
What
Craig.